Hey everybody, it's James Dean with the Nowhere Special Libations Parlor. We're going to do some whiskey tastings today. Typically it's Luke that I have doing some of these videos, but my dumbass accidentally deleted his review of Writer's Tears, which is going to be a pot-stilled Irish whiskey. So we'll drink through with me, and then I'll throw him to the other two that we've pre-recorded. So Writer's Tears is going to be an 80 proof Irish whiskey, as I said before, pot distilled. This is probably one of my favorites. Like Irish whiskey, like some of the more common ones to me, kind of just taste like vodka. Where this guy has a lot of nose, a lot of spirit. Like you definitely get that big kind of malty nose, a little bit of heat from the booze, but I mean it's expected. It's booze. Light caramel notes. Light citrus notes. Like this is a delicious sipping whiskey. Very smooth on the palate, robust, round. Yeah, for a whiskey, for an Irish whiskey, something that I don't. Irish whiskeys are typically more of like an entry level, where like Jameson and other such, you just slam them back. They just taste like fire. Like what the real spirit is what never the original intention was. Writer's Tears is kind of that harken back to what real Irish whiskey is, with flavor. There's a really nice kind of barley feel to it. It is big but not overly hot. It's balanced. Again, there's a reason why it's one of my favorites. That light caramel nose, it's bright, it's really delicious. I hope you enjoy. And I'm gonna pass it on to Luke. Thanks.
Hey folks, Luke at Nowhere Special. We're doing the Dead Rabbit Irish Whiskey today. For any of you cocktail nerds out there, you might recognize the name. It is named after, it is the group that owns the bar, the Dead Rabbit in Lower Manhattan. Met with some master distillers and they created their own brand of Irish whiskey. Because it's an American company, they do age it in American oak for 5 years. So what that'll probably tell me is whenever you put something in American oak, it usually comes out as pretty light, a little sweet and fruity. So let's give it a sniff. So it's definitely like that. I love things that are aged in virgin oak or fresh American oak. I kind of like that light and sweet taste. So it is, you can kind of smell some sweetness. There is some citrus zest in there and there's some honey in there. You also get a flavor at the very end that I just can't nail it down, but James made fun of me because I said that it tasted like eating pennies or something, and then he made fun of me for eating too many pennies. Anyways, let's taste it. I like pennies, damn it. So it is pretty sweet. You get a little heat in it. It goes down really nice. I like the level of heat out of this. There's a lot of honey in this guy. There is a lot of citrus too, and there's like a little bit of, it's like a hint of almost like pepper and cinnamon, but it's pretty buried underneath the sweetness. This guy is really nice and light. This is a great little summer whiskey. If it gets hotter like it was last week, this would be perfect for it. I really like this guy. Enjoy, folks. All right, on to the greatest thing for hipsters since kombucha infused vodka. We're doing cold brew infused whiskey. We're doing fused cold cut cold brew infused whiskey. And what I really like about this guy is it's not like all the other, let's say, coffee liqueurs, coffee infused stuff. Like they're kind of like in the vein of Kahlua. They're pretty coffee. You don't taste any of the booze. This is like putting bourbon in your coffee and flipping it. It's like you get a hint of coffee in your whiskey. It's pretty fantastic. When you smell this guy, it smells like a whiskey. There's some spices, there's some maple, it just smells like whiskey. I don't really get very many hints of coffee in this at all.
But I know when you try it, that's when it hits you, and it's fun. I've had a little of this. I like it. So it's a lot of fun in how I just think it's so different than the normal coffee infused stuff. You get like this. It starts out and it tastes like you're drinking whiskey, and then at the very end of it, you kind of get like this. It's pretty normal whiskey, and then you get like this spike of like oak and vanilla, and then it goes into like this deep dark chocolate, and it's almost like espresso roast. So it's like you put a little bit of like the chocolate flavored espresso or whatever in your whiskey. It's a lot of fun, and it's not like in any way, shape, or form overly sweet. It's not like any of the cold brew stuff that I've tasted, which is kind of becoming the new fad these days. It's a lot of fun. I kind of want to put some of it in my coffee now. I don't know how that come through, but no, it's really cool. It's really cool. You get a nice whiskey, and then hints of coffee. Really impressed with that. Enjoy, y'all.